It's okay, go ahead.
Hi, welcome to the
Haunted.
haunted one.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Whaley House. The Whaley House is one of America's most haunted houses. We're here now.
We're in the park. Let's go walk to the park.
We gotta go walk to the park. Oh, this is the house, Weldon.
I think that's the house. I don't know. It's one of these buildings.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna film. Film. Cut out later. Film.
Picture.
Picture.
They're holding something.
Wow. You get in there. More honoring Day of the Dead. Is a New Orleans type cafe. It's right here, Weldon.
Higher.
Higher. You're in the window? Show yourself. Going in the Whaley House.
Now, what had happened is Violet went through a failed marriage and a divorce, which back in the 1800s, if you were a divorced woman, that was a pretty huge scandal to go through. So, not really being able to cope with the backlash any longer, Violet eventually decided to take her own life in the family home, and she did it in a pretty gruesome way. Self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest. Awful way to go, made worse by the fact that she missed her heart. So, not very immediate.
Oh.
In total, it took about 10 to 15 minutes for her to fully pass away. And during that time, her father found her while she was still alive, and he carried her into that same parlor room with the arch room.
Oh, wow.
So Violet ends up passing away in that same room, directly on the other side of this window right here. And now between two of our more gruesome landmarks being in that same room, a lot of people do see the parlors a little bit more after the rest of them. I don't know if I believe that myself. I feel like every room in there is pretty equal opportunity for ghosts, but I do still recommend once you get to that parlor room, take a couple extra photographs, especially of those two landmarks, the archway and the window, just kind of see what happens. Keep in mind that the activity is not really limited to that room or even the house itself. Our entire property is thought to be haunted, and there is kind of a reason why I like to start our tours off in this specific spot. So this is one of those areas where people are said to feel the presence of Violet pretty strongly. And we do know from Violet's own diaries that she planted this tree herself about 130 years ago. So our theory is that some people are tapping into almost like a personal connection with Violet through this tree that she planted. The other pepper trees back here were also planted by her mother, Anna Whaley, around the same time. So all of these trees back here are over a century old and still growing strong today. So we are very proud of our backyard, so we like to take guests in through the back route. I'm going to point out some key features of the yard, but if you guys have any questions along the way, just let me know. We're just going to follow the brick path all the way inside of the home.
Okay.
So one of the first things I do like to point out is that there are some other buildings on the property. Now, these other buildings are original to the time period, but they're not original to the property. So we have these all moved here to save us from demolition. The little yellow one right over here is now our gift shop, so feel free to stop by there for a tour. Our gift
me
shop
get
is
something.
also thought to be haunted, which is admittedly a little lucky for us, right? We know of a woman named Miss Verna who actually lived and died inside of that home, so she's who we think is haunting it now.
Old Mission Bills. Is there any spirits here? I'm in your home. Yes, you are dead. What? You got someone sitting down? Hello, who are you? Hello.
Hi there, let me know if you have any questions.
Okay. What you making?
Lace collars.
Oh, wow. Hi, Anna. How many Annas are here? Mabel, Miriam, hey Bruce, hey Anna, hey Margaret, hey Lily. What happened right here? This room doorway right there.
The youngest lad, this is a few years later.
I'm in the Whaley house and I'm going upstairs. This house is super cool. Okay. feel the energy up here. Who's in here? Are you in here with me? Do you see that paper? Can you move that paper? I come as a friend. Do you like it here? It went blurry right there. Spirit, are you right there? Okay, whose room was this? You gonna play? Can you make that rocking chair move? Who wants to play? Look at those cute little shoes right there. Anna, put on your shoes. This is Thomas Jr. Thomas Jr. here. This was their entertainment. Piano.
So they are very unique. There aren't any empty assignments. In doing this, they get to assess whether
This also might be more freaky.
the thing is the archaeology for Renaissance
There's the nail polish.
is a lot of the same.
Wow, look at the nail polish.
And out here, they like sandbags, living sandbags, choices for
You buried this stuff?
Some people, it's fortunate.
Whaleys?
The nice thing about this class is they get to
It's like The Shining.
This is an archaeological excavation at the historic WHALEY House.
This is the excavation.
We have all San Diego State students, about half graduate students and undergraduate
That's more
students.
modern though.
All we're digging is
See, they were digging because the Whaley House buried their stuff.
the top, put it in the dustbin in the buckets, they'll send the buckets up, and then they'll screen it to the quarter-inch mesh. They'll save the artifacts in the bag, and the dirt, they'll screen the sandbag, the sandbag, and the window, and they'll save the
Here.
wall here. We take samples from
Yes,
the
it's
sandbags
here.
back to the lab, both to save and to run. And then the rest of the sandbags ultimately the other field these will be put back into the field.
Just to
See, yesterday we found, sure it was some kind of a locking mechanism.
Just downstairs.
So it's not all been one of the things that we like to do. Not only that, they will, and also the stories
shotgun cartridge. And then they know who Sarah Winchester is. Okay, so I'm running the NECROPHONIC app. I'm in the Whaley house. So let's see what comes through.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the stuff that was yours. This stuff is buried. How crazy is that? And a porcelain tooth. And jewelry. There's jewelry down here. Dr. Pepper. Did you love Dr. Pepper? And you lime cola? Did you love your soda? Tell me what Whaley's here in this room right now. Say your first name. No. Is this house cursed? What happened here? So this is Thomas Jr.'s room? Can you say Thomas? Who wants to play? Is there somebody by the name of Yankee here? We're gonna go see where you're buried. Right, Weldon? Yeah, it's 5 minutes away. I'm in the theater room. Is this where all your entertainment was? You put on plays? Do you want me to put on a play for you? I could be a clown. Alright, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for talking to me. Bye. Who's here? I have an idea. We could sing a song.
I got the name Tom come through on Necrometer.
Oh,
Like the
awesome.
text.
Tom. Are you here? Tom Whaley?
Help us. Was this your room?
We're making our way downstairs. And we don't know if we saw everything, but we're gonna go take a look. I think there might be something on the ground or something. See something?
I don't know.
Remember? Like that spot or something on the ground. So we're gonna go check.
It's all the archway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so we're leaving the Whaley house right now. I think I communicated with this possibly communicated with them. We'll do that later. Right now we're gonna go. Okay, how did you do?
You guys are going in here one more time. Here's the kitchen. They don't let us in. The air feels great. Can somebody make me some meatloaf? Okay, well done. I think there's a couple more things. There's something on the ground. I don't see where. I'm confused. We'll have to ask.
Oh,
She's talking about the
you want me
archway.
to put that down.
Yeah?
You got it? Okay. Did you have any additional questions?
This archway right here. That's what she was talking about.
I want to take some pictures. I'm going to take some pictures. Why are the mirrors covered? We're going to ask why the mirrors are covered. I don't know why, and it's really weird. Sorry, I got distracted. It's really weird why they are, so I'm going to
I
ask
think it
her.
might, maybe it's
There's a casket right there? Wow. Hey, I got a question.
Yes.
How come the mirrors are covered?
Because during the month of October, we observe Victorian mourning customs.
Got it.
So when someone would die, most people died at home during that period. The first thing they would do is stop all the clocks in the home. The clocks would not be restarted until after a proper funeral had been observed.
Oh, okay.
Another thing they would do right away is cover all of the mirrors with black cloth. This was done so as not to confuse the spirit of the newly departed. It was believed that if they saw the reflection of a living being, they would fail to move on. It was also believed, and it was a superstition, that if you were the first person to look in the mirror when someone had died in the home, you would be next. Now, typically, they would have also covered any photographs or portraits in the home. We've not done that because we want you to fully experience the museum, and we want you to be able to see the family. But
Okay, makes sense then. Yeah.
and they would get very, very elaborate. They would close all the curtains, pull all the blinds,
Wow.
make it as dark as possible. Some of that had to do with the fact that, we didn't have the body sitting in a funeral parlor somewhere. It would have been in the parlor.
Yeah, because I see a little.
Yes, so they used an item called a cooling board, and it was a board very much like an ironing board with lots of holes on it. The body would be placed over several buckets of ice, and then it would be draped with a cloth so you didn't see the buckets beneath. And it helped to keep the body cool so it wouldn't decay as quickly.
Yeah.
Also during this time, they started using floral arrangements to mask the scent of death. Particularly like what we call Easter lilies. Lilies have a very pungent aroma, also associated with resurrection. Kind of you get a 2-for-1 there. The strong aroma masks the scent of decay.
Wow. Do you think that they did any of those post-mortem photography pictures in here? Ever?
Doubtful they did. So this photograph, they lost their second son, Thomas Jr., died at 17 months. At that point, Frank and Thomas, Frank was 3 and Tommy was 1.5 years. They didn't have photographs of either one of the children.
Oh, wow.
Now, after Thomas died, the family went back to San Francisco. San Diego did not at that time have a photographer. There may have been someone who came through town from time to time, but there was not a photography studio. San Diego was still very much a little village at that point. So this photograph was taken in San Francisco of the family.
Oh, wow.
It would have cost them about $600 at the time. So quite like $3,000
Yeah.
today to have a family portrait taken. But I'm sure Anna was quite insistent, having just lost an infant
Yeah,
son.
yeah.
And you can see in the photograph, she's got the baby's head wedged up against her cheek, but she couldn't quite control all the movement. We've got that blurry little hand that clearly moved during the exposure process.
Yeah. So where did they live when they went to San Francisco? Do you got history on that one?
I don't know. They rented a house somewhere. He didn't own a home up there. He had originally, when he came out west in 1849, he went first to San Francisco, and he had a store up there. So he had some connections. He knew people. I'm sure he was able to rent a home very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And this house was rented out while they were there. Then they had spent $10,000 building this home.
Yeah.
I'm sure Anna insisted that they return back to San Diego and pick up where they had left off.
Yeah. Crazy. Thank you so much for the history.
Oh, of course. It's been my pleasure.
Yankee Jim. Yankee Jim, do you like being buried out here? Can you see us?
Jim, if you're here, can you say your name?
Backward.
Jim, if you're here, can you say Yankee Jim?
He was known as Yankee Jim. Stealing the only rowboat in San Diego Bay.
Why did you steal the boat? The thing is that if you're gonna steal the boat, Yankee Jim, you're not supposed to get caught.
That's kind of messed up that they killed you over stealing a rowboat, though, huh?
They could have made you at least do community service in the town
Said you couldn't believe that you were to be hanged.
for that.
He appealed to think it was all a grim joke.
So give him a slap on the hand and move on.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up that they hung you, huh?
It's not like you robbed a bank or
You killed anybody.
you killed anybody. So we're so sorry. We're sorry for that because these days you could do anything and get
You
away
barely
with
even
it.
get in trouble for that. That's messed up, huh, Jim? All right, well, you have any messages you want to say before I turn this off?
Yankee Jim, we're about to go rob a boat right now.
Angry.
Bye. Bye. Is that funny? Bye.
awesome.